Hi, I'm Anna Denton-Jones of Refreshing Law Limited, and in today's session I want to talk about data protection. One specific angle of data protection, and that is in relation to other people that you might be engaging with who aren't your employees. So particular examples that I'm thinking of might be bringing in an HR consultant to assist you, maybe dealing with an appeal, or maybe helping you with an investigation, might be bringing somebody in to help you with a specific project. It might be sharing data with a non-executive director. So again, not an employee, but you might be working on a project to talk about what pay rises and salaries you're going to budget for the next year, working with that director. So you're sharing personal data with them. You might have other contractors who are coming in to maybe work on a specific project or work as a self-employed individual for you. Freelancers, anybody like that we are potentially going to be sharing data with, as well as us having to worry about things like IR35 and having proper paperwork in place around whatever those engagements and appointments are. We need to be thinking about the data protection angle as well. It's actually mandatory in the GDPR regime to have clauses with those people who are going to be data processors. If we don't do that, potentially the fine is up to 2% of turnover. In terms of what we should be putting in our paperwork, it will be what data we are going to be sharing with that other party, who it relates to, how long they're going to be processing that data for. We only want them to do it in accordance with our written instructions, so we want to be putting that into the documentation. We need to make sure they're keeping it confidential. We need to make sure at the end of any project that they give us everything back and delete from their own devices. We need to make sure that we understand what the specific security arrangements are going to be in place. We need to make sure that if there is some kind of data breach, that they tell us so that we can tell the ICO. We need to make sure that they're not sharing that data, certainly outside the UK, or with anyone else that we don't want them to. We need to make sure that we can audit what they're doing if we need to. So lots of things that need to go into that paperwork. It's not just going to be enough to say you'll follow our data protection policies, because that's not going to cover the things that are mandatory that should be set out in such an agreement. On a separate note, if we are engaging those individuals, they are going to be data subjects in their own right. And we need to be telling them how we're going to process their data. So, for example, have we put in place a privacy notice that is tailored to them? Or does our general one that we're using for employees, does it have relevance to them as well? Can we make it cover all bases, or do we need to be doing separate ones aimed at them? If anyone's got any questions, my email is adenton, so ADENTON, at Refreshing Law Ltd, the shortened form of limited, it's all one word, .co.uk. Thank you very much.